Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tom Milsey, watching my channel Mr. 14, and I'm here doing a review of Fosse Verdon, Season 1, Episode 3. Like I said in the last episode, my special video of Fosse Verdon, I will continue doing a review, and I am enjoying it so far. It's different. I love kind of like musical style and life stories of people, of stage directors, musical directors and stuff, and follow their stories. And some of the plays and stuff that they showing is stuff that I have seen when I was in college, like um, Street Charity and Pimpin' and so Chicago, all that stuff. So it was that. So it started off with a musical number called Cabaret. It's one of the musical plays that Bob Fosse directed. That's a play, thing he wanted to direct after the failing of Sweet Charity. Well, they spent 20 million and they only make 8 million, so he wanted to redeem himself. So he bamboozled to get his way to this director spot for Cabaret. So it was a musical number. Cabaret it started beautifully, so like that, but it could just explain how it's going so well for him, and then it started falling apart because that's how it was. It was so good, and then on its way, it's full shadow to him in the end of the room, where it wasn't working so well. At the end of the room, he just wasn't liking it. He was not feeling that, and then they edited some things, and I guess they edited without him starting without him, and he wasn't liking it. So when they went to the edit room, the first viewing opening, he didn't like it at all. He fell asleep on it, and he said it was boring. And after that, it just went downhill. Like it's something missing that beautiful set, and he was visualing. It is falling apart. It just when the slope and it's downhill. So that's how it shows that he's up here, and then it's going downhill from there. So he realized he's gonna need help with that. So Gwen was at home preparing dinner, and for her daughter Nicole, it's like that. Bob Fosse's not the house anymore. She kicked him out the house because last week we remember that he was cheating and he stayed doing that and all that stuff, and Gwen couldn't stand that, so she kicked him out the house. And so while she was preparing dinner, he came in and brought takeout and everything. Everything said and done, and then um, went to the room, was smoking and stuff like that, and he just say that he got, well, he was in the kitchen, and then he said he got a new gig called Pippin. And she said, what happened to the one you working on now? He said, we still working on that stuff. But I got a new thing with Pippin, and imagine to change some things, and then working on that. And and Nicole said, "What's Pippin? Tell me about it." He explained it a little bit. He just wasn't buying it because she was like, I thought you didn't like it." He said, "Yeah, I really didn't, but it was a good chance for me to get my name on it and do what I had to do." And actually, he did was part of Pippin anyway because Pippin became a play. And he asked Gwen for help with the opening number because somehow, even though even though he's trying to maintain his own status as the top man and doing his own fame and notoriety, he always like to have Gwen next to him because they make a good pair, and he always want Gwen expertise in things. So he asked him, "Can you help me with the opening number? I need expertise. It's not working so well on that stuff, and I need to make this great. And you'll be the person I want to know to get involved in it." And she basically was not having it. She was like, "No, why?" Like she said she can't. And the reason why she can't, because she has offered a play herself, and not offer that, she said she got to play a straight stage play, because in all aspects he always known her doing musical stage plays, which is kind of different. It was more not too much of the storyline. It's still a little bit of the storyline, but it's more into the dancing and the music behind the musical stage plays. So it's more on that focus point than a straight stage play where you just got straight acting. So this is one of the things that Barbara Fosse likes to downplay Gwen. Even though he likes her ability, he also want to downplay her so he won't be over him, like succeeding more than him. And he does that a lot when it comes to Gwen. Like Bob Fosse likes Gwen, but at the same time, he always diminish her abilities and always trying to turn her down so it won't overshadow his or overcompensate, overachieve his status. That's what I'm getting from it. So he said, "Oh, you would not like that. You would hate it." She said, "Why do you think I would hate it?" He said, "This is not, you doing straight play. You never had experience in that. You just can't just You gotta go. You gotta have experience with this type of things. You just can't go say any words just like that and think it's gonna be okay because they know you or something like that. But during the time, she said, "What? No, I'm gonna do this thing, and you just can't give it." She said, "Oh, you just can't tell me what to do and try and discipline. I'm gonna do this play, and I'm determined. I'm gonna work for my own." Cause she's just trying not to work under him as much because they try and do their separate things, and she just don't want to be about him because she's still upset about him cheating on her with this German woman called Anne. I explained to her last week why he was still married with Gwen. He was messing with this girl, and he met her at the bar club, and she helping him translate him to some of the prostitutes, and he ended up sleeping with her, and she ended up courting him in the bed with her. Well, he opened the door, and she sees she was in the bed, so she know who she is, and she said, "Why you can't get that girl in with? Help her with that. I know you like her, and she know everything you're in and out, up and down, back and forth, inside out." I said, "Ooh, she know everything. I am." But yeah, he was saying, so she said, next time you come to my house, you better call and turn off the lights so we can get out of here. You're not staying here. He said, "It's my house." I said, "No, it's not. It's not anymore. So you better call that girl, bitch, and it's not staying here." And he went outside calling, looking for Ann. Her name Leanne, but I guess it's Ann for short. And the roommate said, "No, she's not here." And she was away. He said, "I'm her roommate," and he was talking and flirting with her, and then she started getting open. And he said, "Oh, can you meet me at the bar and stuff?" I said, "Oh, great." So while she was looking at the play audition and everything, or whatever she was looking at, she started having flashbacks of herself as a young Gwen and what leads to her to this point, and started giving us a background story of more of Gwen's life because that's why I say I like what Fosse Verdon is doing is that they give us a present time, but also going back in the past, so influence us to give us a better understanding the characters now, present day. So she was doing that. Uh, so Gwen wanted to brought Nicole, their daughter, to Bob Foster editing room because he had to go back to the editing room. He need to keep doing that. He's not liking how it goes. He is upset. He's still trying to get this help. He's still trying to get Gwen there. And she just dropped the daughter off. So when he saw that, he said, "Oh my gosh." Every time he see her in the editing room, he gets so excited, And she said, "No, no, I'm saying you just take care of your daughter." And he was like, "Well, no, you just can't drop her off. What you doing?" He said, "You just gotta get people for that babysit." So she said, "Yeah." But if she's not around, he said, "You gotta pay for it." She said, "Oh, yes, you is so and he said, "Well, you gotta have money for that." He said, "Oh yeah, you so cheap." I said, "Damn, how you gonna need to give her all the money around to raise your own daughter, to watch your own daughter? It's your daughter, so you shouldn't have any problem with that." But no, he really don't be around with the daughter like that. He wanna hold around, but don't wanna be taking the responsibility. So she left. She said, "I got a meeting. I gotta go." So I would come back at 8 o'clock to pick up the code, and I gotta go. You gotta take it. And he was fighting until finally he gave up because she was not letting her go. She was gonna leave that baby there, their daughter there, and go. She had a meeting, and she went to her meeting, and a Mel, and I gotta say, Mel is um, Mel, but the actor name is Peter Scolari, and he's a resident in my building I work at. And I said, "Oh my gosh!" I said, "I look at him," and I'm so excited to see him in the plays and stuff like that. I said, "I know him personally because he's a resident," and I say hi to him on everything, all that stuff. But he plays Mel, and I guess he's like assistant, like not assistant, like a manager or something, booking agent, something like that, to help her get the gig. So she said, "Did you set up a meeting with the guys?" So I had to audition and everything. He said, "You will be great," all that stuff. And you don't think I had, if I didn't believe in your abilities, it would be no question. We're going to get you an audition and all that stuff. So she went to the audition, did what she got to do, and then she get a call from Mel saying that, "Listen, you got the part." And she said, "Oh my God, that's great." But he said that he didn't. No, the producer, she wasn't the first pick. She wasn't everyone's first pick. And she said, "Oh, who was it?" He said, "It doesn't matter right now." But she basically wasn't the first pick and everything. And I guess she felt type of way about that. And, but she got the part. He said, "Get the schedules and go from there." So during that time, Bob doing what Bob do. This is assistant lady and named Christy, so like that, who's working with them in the editing room. I guess she doing her little flirtations, the cute little girl. He always got to bang the nice little cute girl. So he had was watching Nicole, and then his friend Patty asked Patty to go watch the baby, watch Nicole, while he go to the editing room and have a meeting. He's in a meeting and was there for like 30 or 40 minutes, so like that, having sex with that girl Christy. And I said, what the hell? And then he's still taking these pills. And when she dropped them off, she would say, you looking so tired. You need to stop doing what you got to do. You taking these pills, all that stuff. You need to rest. Sit down, rest, do something. And that was that. Now, um, that was that. So now I was saying through the time she was looking back and before that, where she got the dishes, she got the part, she got married with people, and she was sitting down getting notes taken, and he was giving her notes on top of notes on top of notes, and she was asking questions and all that stuff, and he said, what can I do to spice it up? She said, well, you could dance. She said, and he said, it's not one of the musical thing, and that was that. And then the daughter came, and they had to watch it, and she was distracted and focused. It was a lot going on for Gwen. Now, the past, now how it reflect how it does connect to the scenes now. We find out that young Gwen um was showing her talent. She was dancing and everything, and then this guy named Mr. Hunningham. Mr. Hunningham saw Gwen, and he saw what he liked. So she was in a room. He came to the room, and he said, "You got everything. You got everything I'm looking for. You got the talent. You got the stuff." And she said, "Thank you, thank you." And then all of a sudden, he started kissing her, and she said, "What you doing?" And he kept kissing her. He said, "Listen, listen, lay down." All that stuff. Well, she said, "What is what? Lay down." Basically, he raped her or something like that, because I think he was older and stuff, and she was young and she didn't know better, so like that. I guess she got pregnant, and then the father said, "Who slept with her?" He think she literally had sex, but I think she got raped. So she was like, "Listen, listen, listen." It's like that. It was against her will. She didn't want to do it, but she went along with it. He had sex with her, and she got raped and got pregnant, and they had a boy, and he agreed to marry young Gwen. And I said, "How your parents gonna let this bastard marry your daughter like that? She's young, and you can tell he's over the age." And all that stuff. So at the time, still young Gwen went to see a little production by Jack Cole, and it was a live number, and she sees it, and she saw it. It was so mesmerized by this woman dancing and stuff. So she went in the back and said she was a reporter for doing it, and she had to ask Jack Cole one question, questions, and he said, "You get one." She said, "One question?" He said, "Yeah." So she said, "I'm a dancer." He said, "That's not a question," and that's how it ended right there. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he gonna give her a part. So got her part, and while that happened, it was some more feedback of taking care of the son, and she was young, she can't do that. She would have followed her dreams, had a baby at a young age. She not really connected, I think, for this baby, because it was part of the rape, and he was treating her bad and stuff. Like when she asked him to get up one morning, he woke up and just still looking at the baby was crying. He was just kind of pissed off at her. So one time, I guess she got an offer for Jack Cole, and she was like, she couldn't say no like that. And the father said, "You can never say no to anything. You got to stop doing that. What you got to do, always want to please somebody." And I said, "Shut up, father." So she left the baby with the parents. So I was like, okay, because I was like, hold up, what happened to the son? What happened to the son? I know she got a daughter with Bob Fosse, but then she got a son by this guy named Mr. Henningham, and we don't know what happened to the boy. Like, what happened? I know she left with the parents, but he got raised up. Did he what he looks now, and he's still alive? I guess obviously he's probably still alive because she got two kids. Life story, and I said, "Ooh, what happened to the boy? What he look like now?" And so like that, how old he would be in present day and stuff. But it doesn't show. It just show. It did a past story of her with the baby and that. So I say that because in one part she was explaining about telling Bob about the play and everything, and he said he just want this. It's all crazy. There's a lot going on. He said he's struggling, and she just said this part, and it's like disconnect and all that stuff. And I gotta trying to understand what she would tell me exactly what it wants. And then he looked at it. He said, "Why you just don't tell me to rewrite the play?" And a day he said, "Hey, what you know about boys? You never had a boy. You never raised one." All that stuff. She's totally fight. And she just said, "Fuck you." And I said, "How you don't know she didn't raise a boy if you never asked about her past? She was raped and she has a son. Now she didn't probably technically raise the boy because she gave it to her parents. But how dare you trying to downplay her, belittle her like that?" And he does that a lot. So while that happening, she joined and said, "You know what play are we working on? What are we working on?" So I guess she wanted to help him out and stuff. And he was so excited at getting the help. And they did the edit room, you know how they work their magic and stuff. Uh, so the last scene we got, yeah, last scene was got is thing with Can Can, and the point of the Can Can is one of the things that she did, and it was an opening number, and I guess she did so well that she had a standing ovation. So she went up back in her room and was about to change, and then when the producer said, "No, we got Gwen, you got to come outside," and she said, "What's going on?" Uh, you hear them, they cheering for you or something like that. And she said, "I'm not even dressed," because she was definitely in her little, I think, what was it called that? Bodysuit under the thing, like a corset. And she was like, no, she got a towel wrapped herself. She went outside and it was a standing ovation all day. She kept bowing and they loved her act and stuff. So when she did that, it flowed back in the present and she was just smoking a cigarette and it's like that. Before that, she did rehearse the part of that line that she had to do. And she did well, but he gave a few of the notes. And she was smoking a cigarette, thinking about things, and there was a constant baby crying in the background. And I guess she's thinking about the boy, and I guess what she did when she left the boy for this long time to pursue her dream. So I guess she wondering what happened to him and stuff. And I want to know what happened to him. But that was an episode of season 1, episode 3 of Fosse Verdon. Hope you liked the review. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me what you think about the episode and that Fosse. I forgot the reason why she was that happened. The time with Patty was watching the daughter, she freaked out because Bob left the daughter with men and went to have sex with Christy, and she freaked out because of that, because her past, she was raped by the guy. So she fearful for her daughter to be alone with a guy. So she took the baby. She said, "How dare you left all that stuff? He had one thing to do. Don't worry about it. I would never let your daughter stay with you," all that stuff like that, and left out. But that's the part I forgot to tell you. But yeah, she freaked out when that happened. I understand, based on her past, she got raped. So any grown man staying alone with her daughter and not her father was there, I think she will freaked out and trying to protect her. But tell me how y'all think. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.